This episode on the November Challenge.
He could still back out, could turn everything right side in, could walk into Jefferson High as boring, invisible Ethan Chen and pretend he'd never found that stupid notebook. Nobody would know. Nobody would care. But he'd know. He'd know he'd chickened out on the very first dare. That when given a chance to be different, to be braver, he'd chosen safe and boring instead. Ethan took a deep breath. Here goes nothing.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So, last time Ethan found a random notebook and immediately decided to do whatever it told him to do. Amen. The first dare, wear your clothes inside out, all day, at school, in front of everyone, including the girl he's been crushing on for 2 years. Let's see how it plays out. For those just joining, episode 1 is linked below. New episodes every Tuesday and Friday at 2 p.m. All right, episode 3, here goes nothing.
Episode 3. Here goes nothing.
The November Challenge.
Friday morning arrived with crystalline autumn sunshine. The kind of perfect November day that makes you think, maybe everything will be okay. Ethan stood in his bedroom, staring at himself in the mirror. This was insane. His t-shirt was inside out, seams showing, tags sticking up at the collar like a flag announcing his stupidity. His jeans were reversed, the pockets visible on the outside, the zipper somehow even more obvious than it should be. Even his socks were wrong side out. He looked ridiculous, absolutely, completely ridiculous. They can't be serious, he muttered to his reflection. But the diary had been clear. Challenge 1, wear your clothes inside out all day. All day. Not just for an hour, not just at home where nobody could see. All day. At school, in front of everyone, in front of Maya. He could still back out, could turn everything right side in, could walk into Jefferson High as boring, invisible Ethan Chen and pretend he'd never found that stupid notebook. Nobody would know. Nobody would care. But he'd know. He'd know he'd chickened out on the very first dare. That when given a chance to be different, to be braver, he'd chosen safe and boring instead. Ethan took a deep breath. Here goes nothing. The walk to school felt like a death march. Every step closer to Jefferson High made his stomach twist tighter. Every car that passed felt like it was full of people judging him. When he reached the edge of the parking lot, he stopped. This was it. The point of no return. He could still turn back, go home, say he was sick, come back Monday in normal clothes and forget this whole thing. But then he thought about Maya, about her smile, about being invisible for 3 years, about never, ever taking a single risk. Ethan squared his shoulders, took one step forward, then another. The school entrance loomed ahead like the gates to some medieval torture chamber. He walked through. The reaction was immediate. A sophomore girl did a double take so pronounced she nearly collided with a trash can. Her mouth fell open. She nudged her friend, pointed. They both stared, then laughed. Oh God, this was happening. Ethan kept walking, his face burning hot enough to melt steel. Every instinct screamed at him to run, to hide, to find the nearest bathroom and lock himself in a stall until the end of time. Instead, he walked, head up, eyes forward, pretending this was totally normal. Pretending his heart wasn't trying to escape his chest. More students noticed. Conversations paused mid-sentence. Heads turned. Someone pulled out their phone. "What's up with Ethan?" a voice asked. "Is this some kind of statement? Dude looks like he got dressed in the dark." The laughter spread like wildfire. By the time Ethan reached his locker, he was pretty sure the entire school had seen him. His face felt hot enough to cook eggs on. His hands were shaking as he worked his combination. Down the hallway, tucked behind a cluster of lockers, Zach watched with barely contained glee. Perfect! This was perfect! His phone was recording everything. Every stare, every laugh, every pointed finger. Beautiful, beautiful documentation of Ethan's complete social annihilation. Zach leaned against the lockers, a satisfied smirk spreading across his face. There was Ethan Chen, walking through Jefferson High in inside-out clothes, seams and tags visible for everyone to mock. Students were pulling out their phones, sharing, recording. This would be all over social media by lunch. The Halloween revenge was tasting so sweet. Zach was already composing the caption in his mind. Something clever about fashion disasters. Something that would get shared and liked and commented on until Ethan became the school's permanent laughingstock. This was only challenge 1, the first of 30 carefully crafted humiliations. By the end of November, Ethan Chen would regret ever crossing Zach Morrison. He zoomed in on Ethan's embarrassed face, captured the moment perfectly. This footage was gold. This was it. This was his legacy. Ethan Chen, the kid who wore his clothes inside out for reasons nobody understood. The weird kid. The joke. He opened his locker and tried to focus on getting his books. Just get through first period, then second, and somehow survive until 3 o'clock when he could finally, "Hey, Ethan!" The voice cut through the hallway noise like a knife. Familiar, warm, impossible. No, please no, not her, not now. Ethan turned slowly, dreading what he'd see. Maya Rodriguez stood 3 feet away. That same beautiful smile he'd been dreaming about for 2 years. She was looking right at him, at his inside-out clothes, at his complete humiliation. This was worse than yesterday's collision. This was, "I love your avant-garde look." Wait, what? Ethan's brain short-circuited. Maya was still smiling. Not a mocking smile. Not a, "wow, you're pathetic" smile. A genuine, warm, interested smile. "It's really creative," she continued, stepping closer. "Are you making some kind of statement?" His mouth opened, closed, opened again. No words came out. He looked like a fish, a stupid fish wearing inside-out clothes. "Say something, anything. Don't just stand there like an idiot." "Oh, thanks, Maya." The words tumbled out in a rush, tripping over themselves. "I'm just, trying new things." Smooth. Real smooth. But Maya's smile widened. "That's awesome! Not enough people are willing to take risks. I think it's cool that you're doing your own thing." Cool. She'd said cool. Maya Rodriguez thought he was cool. She gave him a little wave and started to walk away, then glanced back over her shoulder. Their eyes met. Not awkward this time, not embarrassing. Something else. Something that made Ethan's heart do a weird flip thing he didn't have words for. Then she disappeared into the crowd of students heading for first period. Ethan stood frozen, rooted to the spot. A grin spread across his face. He couldn't stop it if he tried. Maya had noticed him, complimented him, called him cool. This was the best day of his life. Maybe the November challenge wasn't such a bad idea after all. I love your avant-garde look. Zach's satisfied smirk faltered. Maya was complimenting him? Calling it cool? Looking at Ethan like he'd done something brave instead of something stupid? This wasn't right. This wasn't the plan. Students who'd been laughing moments ago were now pausing, reconsidering. A few were even nodding like maybe it was some kind of artistic statement. Zach felt his jaw clench. The first dare was supposed to break Ethan, to humiliate him beyond recovery, to make him regret ever crossing Zach Morrison. Instead, Ethan was standing there grinning like he'd won the lottery. And Maya Rodriguez, the Maya Rodriguez, had just validated the entire ridiculous outfit. Zach forced himself to relax, slipped his phone into his pocket. Fine, let Ethan have this small victory. It was only challenge 1. The diary had 29 more carefully crafted dares. We're just getting started. The first period bell rang. Students scattered toward their classrooms, the excitement of Ethan's outfit already fading into the background noise of another school day. But something had shifted, something small but significant. For the first time in 3 years, Ethan Chen wasn't invisible. People had noticed him. Maya had noticed him. And yeah, it had been terrifying. Yeah, he'd looked ridiculous. But he'd done it. He'd taken the risk. And somehow, and possibly, it had worked. As Ethan headed to his first class, the November Challenge diary felt lighter in his backpack. Less like a burden, more like a promise. What else could it make him do? What else could it make him become? He didn't know yet, but for the first time in a long time, Ethan Chen was curious about his own life. And that felt like the beginning of something.
Well, guys, that's episode 3 for you. That was fun, right? Zach's evil plan backfiring. It felt kind of good, right? Let me know how it felt for you. Well, this is just one win for Ethan. Let's wait and see what lies ahead in that diary before we start celebrating. Who knows what Zach's devious mind can come up with? Well, I kind of know because I wrote it. Wait, so it's actually my devious mind? That's troubling. Either way, if you love this series, you can buy me a coffee, or as I call it, spoil my cat. Yeah, she's the one getting all the treats around here. But seriously, I do this at night after work hours, and your support keeps me motivated and going. So if you want to show your appreciation, the link is in the description. And thank you.
See you soon.